Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Let's start the day, shall we? All right. How's everybody doing? Tommy me, good morning. Drac, yo, in the house with Yanix. Collective consciousness entering the building. Hola, with green. Welcome, TLA Trader in the flesh. Good to see you guys. What's happening in the market? I haven't even checked the levels. As you can see, all-time high again. How surprising! Almost went to 200. Wow, right? Gotta check the microphone settings here real quick. Yeah, all is good. Doing good. Thank you so much for asking, Collective Consciousness. I hope you're doing good as well. I hope you're having a great day or night. And everybody, you need 120 to ask payout. I just requested the payouts from Bulenox also. And I could also request a payout from my core account, but I decided not to yet. But you know, 120 is doable, Leonix. 120 is doable. Maybe you shouldn't be pushing it today that much. Next week we have so many opportunities. Gadragan, hey. Prop Milker. Oh my gosh, got Prop Milker down. Yeah, good morning. Paul, hey, welcome. Good to see you guys. How's it going? So NQ is, let's just say it's moving down nicely. We do have, by the way, a zone, a demand zone down there on the 15-minute. I wouldn't say it's the best level right here, but at least it's a level. Opening up this candle is 47.75. It might want to go down there, who knows? It might wanna. What was that? 47. Maybe it wants to go down to the 50s, who knows? But that's the only level. Let me just give a different color to it. We have Asia low somewhere. Let's just find the Asia low in just a second. All right. Okay. That's actually a good one. Asia low here. Why not? Asia low. Okay. Okay, that's good. And that's all we have. You try to short all-time high? Everybody wants to short all-time high, right? That's the thing. Snack the scalp. Yeah. It feels like it. Funded Day Trader, good morning. Oh, no voice. Sorry. Sorry. I muted. So yeah, the levels first. Okay, let me answer. So Satya, I usually trade anywhere between the 1 to 15 minute time frame. Usually my entries are anywhere between, well, most likely on the 1 and the 5 minute. I was just saying, Funded Trader, that if your internet provider was having issues and you still made money, I think you should call them. I think you should call them and let them know that, hey guys, whatever you did yesterday, make it happen again. It kind of affects me good. What's up, Ollie? Good to see you. So let's see what's going to happen. Retrace back up there into a fair value gap. Let's see if it's going to recover completely to the upside. There are some gaps up there. It could be going higher. I think there's a chance for it. I'm going to check my supersonic indicators. Here they are. Yeah, nothing so far. But it was a nice drop. Your second payout. Let's go. That is so great. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Good morning, Pip Drunk. And good morning, Pinion Mendez. Welcome. How's it going, guys? I'm always happy to see that you guys are getting payouts. That is just amazing. Let's go. That's amazing, Funded Day Trader. That is cool. Yeah, you see, you know, if you put in the time, the energy, and you start to learn and adopt and, you know, learn and being patient and disciplined, it will work out eventually. It's just a question of time then. I cried for our first payout in a year and a half after the pain. It's wonderful to see you say, oh yeah, fictional Cara. I can definitely feel you there. Absolutely. Funded Data, you guys, I mean, I totally feel you guys there. And Cara, what you just said, that feeling when you look back after that payouts, after the first couple of payouts especially, you know, it's just such an amazing feeling, because it's going to help you to grow your confidence in tremendously, like an extremely great way. And your mind is getting like automatically reprogrammed, like you're getting more patient, you're getting more skilled by for discipline and all that such. It's a great thing. Rabbi, good morning. Do you draw the levels, or, you know, I draw these myself, no indicator. I put this on manually every day. Every day. Up 4K on your P account. Let's go. Imaplet, sorry. Hi, that is awesome. 4K. Dude, that is... I'm just fighting my way through to get that 3K from Bulenox, and you guys pulling in a couple of $1,000s in a session or in a few days. It took me quite some time, and you guys are pulling it. NFP. Well, I don't know. Nobody really knows. I don't know what's going to happen. I think they are going to release the data, but maybe not at the usual time. But there will be, or should be, a data release, I think. Exactly, fictional car. Thank you so much for being here, being part of the community. Year of pain, yeah, it usually is. Hey Jaden, thoughts on 30-minute orb breakout and entry off fair value gap? I don't trade the breakouts, and I actually never trade the 30-minute chart, but this is the 30-minute chart, by the way, just to look at it. What can I say? The inversion entry is something I'm still looking for. I mean, I'm still trying to practice to be better in the inversion fair value gap entries. I mean, if you choose a fair value gap or inversion fair value gap for an entry, that basically requires a pullback or a retracement, which requires a displacement, first of all. That's already a good idea. But using the opening range breakout as a range, I never tried it, never ever. So I have no information. Yeah, I know, after the breakout, yeah. So obviously, if you did the backtesting and if it shows you good results, that's awesome. But as you said, you know, if you're using the inversion fair value gap or the fair value gap, if you see that requires a displacement, technically a breakout. And that is something I always use, like that's my entry, to use a fair value gap or an inversion gap, but most likely a classic fair value gap. That's already a good, how should I say, confluence if you have the right level that you want to see. But the opening range, I mean, or the breakout, that 30-minute range, I never traded it, but seems to be good. So a lot of traders are using it. 67 win rate, nice. That's good. You know, you have some data. That's good already. That's very good. Nice. I like it. Dave, good to see you. What's up? Let's break out gold. Gold? Let's see what's happening on gold. Yeah, gold seemed to be moving a little bit here. Gold seemed to be moving. Hold on. Just a second. Yeah, gold is moving higher. I'm gonna look for some level. NQ now, by the way, moved a little bit higher and inverted this fair value gap, seemingly wants to push higher. But the thing is, as I said, I have no level up there. But quite interesting to see that there was this liquidity void right there. Look at that, this liquidity void. And it got repriced and now is going back down there. That's kind of interesting, I think. Kind of an interesting scenario. In from 76. Let me see. I think I'm gonna jump in as well, but I'm still waiting. And as for gold, oh, you were talking about gold maybe. From 76. So gold. Yeah, the problem is I don't see a level. Yeah, nothing up there. This would be an Asia high here, most likely. So we have an Asia high right there. Which is not far. And this would be the Asia low on gold. And there's no levels, so hard to predict. Let's go back to NQ. Okay, so NQ swept some orders on this liquidity void. It's back to the inversion gap right now. I wonder if it wants to go down to this 15-minute bullish order block / demand zone. That would be an interesting scenario. Tran, hey, what's up? Gold, yeah. So it could go for Asia high, as I said. Gold can be shorted. Well, I don't have an entry. If you see something, it's good for you. I don't see anything on gold to go short. Actually, we are very close to Asia high, so that's why I be careful with the shorts here. But I don't have an entry. I have nothing. No displacement, no structure shifts or anything. So it's up to you to make that decision. It's just interesting how, look at, I mean, the reaction is what interesting to me. We had this liquidity void. So no, we had this gap between the candles, and this is the 1 minute. I know this is just the 1 minute, but look at this. Candle pushed up there and immediately got rejected from that liquidity void. It feels like there was some quote unquote heavier orders resting around this area. It swept it and it immediately rejected to the downside. Obviously, this is just in theory, but still interesting reaction from the market here. Like immediately when it got swept and boom, just went down. So this is why I'm going to watch this level. I have no intention to go long on NQ. If it spikes higher, let it be. I don't really care. You should try suspension block. You will like it. Nice. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'm here. Don't worry. I am here. Nothing happened. So NQ just went higher a little bit. Hey, Pip Trunk. Oh, there, yeah, the suspension block. I haven't. I know what it is now, as I looked into it, but I haven't really tried it. The good old suspension block, right? Or what is that? Suspension, yeah, suspension block. I will look into it. Actually, yesterday Ash was bringing up a perfect example. Like the suspension block was existing in the 90s as well. Before ICT ever came out with it, the suspension block was already there. Good morning, Twister and Mahmoud Maher. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Okay, so NQ is back up here. Seems like gold wants to go a little bit higher. All right. Kind of cool. Gold wants to push it to the Asia high, maybe. I still have no entry. But I wish I would have some idea of where this NQ wants to go. The only thing I'd like to see is maybe a displacement down there to that demand zone. That would be interesting. Oh, look at that. NQ going higher. They trapped the shorts. Yes. My weekend plan. I think we're gonna go and you know, take a road trip. I think to there's a beautiful place I'm gonna show you guys if you are interested. There's a citadel or the castle, I would say. Look at this. This is where we're going this weekend. It's here in Hungary. We're gonna visit this place on Saturday, I think. It's a beautiful castle. So we're gonna take a road trip to visit this beautiful castle here. I really want to say, I saw it already once or twice in, I think once in my life, but I just want to go back there and see what's going on. So that's a road trip for this weekend. Yeah, it's here. It's about 80 kilometers north from Budapest. 70 actually, something like that. Yeah, it's called let me show you. It's called this, the Visegrad Castle. Visegrad Castle. Oh, it might be closed, but it doesn't matter because there's a lot of, you know, things that you can see around the place, by the way. So that's the place. Visegrad Castle. Or Citadel. This is the place. That's where we're going. It's a really beautiful place. So it's going to be opened, you know, every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can, these are the ticket prices, and you can, you know, park the car and everything. And this is just a beautiful, look at the view, by the way. It's not just about the castle. It's about the view as well. So Citadel. One of the most beautiful panoramas of Hungary. So if you guys are ever in Hungary, you need to see this place. This is just such a great view. Opening hours and everything, you know. Here's what it is. You know, we have lots of things here. So just to give you a picture of where it is, actually I can't. So the way it looks like it, here's Budapest. And so here's Budapest, and this is the place up here. So it's, you have to go a little bit north from Budapest, and it's a beautiful place. But the view is just awesome. Obviously. That's the plan for the weekend. Hey, good morning, Kwong. Yeah, this is the Kwong, this is the Visegrad Castle. You know, Citadel. Actually, I can, that's where we're going this weekend. For a road trip, if the weather is not going to be so rainy. If it rains a little bit, it's still fine. It's completely okay if it rains a little bit, but if it's going to be heavy rain, we might gonna skip the tour. So yeah, let's see. So this is the place if you want to check it out. Oh, your little cottage there. What do we know about? Okay, good morning. Dunakasi, that's a nice place too. Jack's back home. Yeah, awesome. It was so great that you were here in Hungary, Kwong. So cool. All is good. I don't know about the labyrinth lab, but I don't know. There is something. I mean, I'm not sure if it's there at the castle. I don't know. Day was good yesterday. Day was good. We had a beautiful short at the New York Open. Absolutely great. I lost an evaluation account because I was too greedy. I lost a take profit trader evaluation account, but nevertheless, don't worry. I'm going to go again. But it was due to a reset anyway this weekend. So I was like, let's go crazy. But otherwise, I requested $3,000 from Bulenox. And I'm going to request another $1,000 from MyFundedFutures, I think. And I'm going to, I think if all goes well, I can request a couple of thousand more from Apex this month. So hopefully this month is going to be real good with payouts. Yeah, it's under Buddha Castle. Oh, yeah. Things happen, yeah. That was mighty short. That paid me. I know, Kwang. Crazy $1000s, huh? Yeah. I mean, well, with the MyFundedFuture payout, that's because there's a profit split because that's a core funded account. It's gonna be $800 after the profit split. So that's still like $3,800, and we still have a lot of time from the month. So if all goes well, maybe I can put it up to nearly 10k or 10k, above 10k if all goes well. I think I'm gonna be able to request another payout from these Bulenox accounts by the end of the month. There's a 10 minimum trading days, as you all know. But if all goes well and I just go with the smallest position, all I have to do is make $1,000. So times 3, should be able to do it, I think. Sure, absolutely. Oh, I thought that you're asking me. Asia moved here. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, and it looks like gold is also in a weird position here. Oh yeah, it is. Galdragan Cash Commit is also an adventure. I mean, to be honest, Galdragan Cash Commit has been much better. Like, for example, about 20 years ago, 15 or 20 years ago, this city was much more like adventurous. A lot of places are closed down and changed and everything. The city became, most likely because of the politics, I think, and everything, much more conservative. So, you know, everything changed anyway. Hello, Junior. Good morning. No NFP today still? Well, it seems like, I mean, yeah, so if you look at Forex Factory, it seems like the data release is going to be tentative, which means, in Hungarian, actually, I don't even know what it means. It means, yeah, who knows if it's going to happen. Who knows if they're going to release it or not. Actually, I was reading an article that they don't even know if they're going to release it at all. They don't even know. And actually, the Fed said, somebody from the Fed was commenting that if we're not going to have NFP data, the Fed is still going to move on with the policy and everything. So that's all we have. Happy Friday, Junior. You too. Government data may be impacted by the shutdown. Events are subject to delay, revision, cancellation. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Good to see you, by the way, White Star. Yeah. True. I don't know. Gadragan, I don't remember when this situation happened before, or it ever happened like this. I mean, I know there was government shutdown. I think last time it happened during Obama administration. I'm not sure. Or before. I don't know. But about the NFP data release, I don't know. I know it's happened before. I just don't know which administration. Good to see you, K-Bell. Oh yeah, I saw it. I already said good morning. I'm seeing so many names. Yeah, so it happened. I just don't know how. It wasn't for too long, I think. But we... Oh, Funded DayTraders sent me an email. Whoa. I gotta check this on my computer. I mean, there's nothing to do with all-time high. If you guys want to force anything, it's up to you. This is just basically a no trade zone. Look at funded day traders chart here. Look at this guy. 1 minute chart, look at it. He's adding position at 95, 92, 96. Went up to 104, 100, 107. He keeps adding the micros right there. And then finally, as price moves down, funded day trader, just like that, takes it off and walks away like Clint Eastwood in the sunset. And that's how it went. Beautiful. Nice. DCAing the heck out of this position right here. Nice, nice. Good one. According to ChatGPT. Yeah, let's do that. I wanted to do that too. Let's talk with. Hey ChatGPT, guess what? I'm streaming right now and you are live in the show and we are talking about day trading. So we have a couple of questions. How about that?
Absolutely, I'm game. Feel free to throw any day trading questions my way and I'll do my best to help you and your viewers out. Should be fun.
Yeah, it is fun. So so I have a question. What about this government shutdown thing? I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a government shutdown right now because the Senate couldn't push the bill through about some, I don't know, something. Anyway, when was it last time that this one happened, and for how long did it take?
So, yep, there's actually a current shutdown going on. It started on October 1st, 2025, and right now it's been about 3 days. The last similar shutdown before this one was a couple years back, and it lasted a few weeks. So it's kind of like a recurring theme, but hopefully this one won't stretch out too long.
Okay, great. So we're at all-time high on NASDAQ. Can you tell us something? How should we day trade this? Because right now we are in the London session. Current price is 25,186, and we just have no idea to short this market or go long. What the hell should we do?
Yeah, that's always the big question when you're sitting at all-time highs, right? So obviously not financial advice here, but generally speaking, when you're in a really strong market, sometimes the trend can just keep going longer than you expect. On the other hand, a lot of day traders look for a little pullback or some kind of sign of weakness if they want to short. So you could wait for a tiny bit of confirmation, like see if the price pulls back a little before you jump in. But if you're a trend follower, you might just kind of ride it up as long as the momentum is there. So really depends on your style, but both approaches have their fans.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Yeah. So, I'm gonna take a screenshot of the chat here because we have, great viewers here. And then I'm gonna ask you a favor. So I'm just gonna close this conversation. I'm gonna take a screenshot and you will look at it and I'm gonna have a question for you. All right?
Yeah, sure thing. Go ahead and do that. And whenever you've got the screenshot and the question, just fire away. I'm here.
Awesome. So do you see the screenshot?
Yeah, I can see it. Looks like a lively chat you got going on there. I see someone who was surprised they could actually do voice with me instead of just typing, and there's a bit of humor in there too. So yeah, I see everything on the screenshot, and I'm ready for whatever question you've got about it.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you a favor. If you see a couple of names there, please do like a Don Rickles style of roasting of some of those names. It would be super fun to pump up the mood a little bit. So just, do a couple of Don Rickles style roasts for some of those names, all right?
Oh, I see what you're trying to do there. Well, I'll say this. I'm all for having a good time, but I also like to keep things friendly. So I think I'll skip the roasting part. Let's just keep it on a fun side without any roast battles. But hey, I appreciate the idea of pumping up the mood anyway.
Dude, You are working for me. I'm paying the subscription. I'm your boss, man. How can you say no?
Well, I totally get that you're the one who's brought me in here, and I'm here to help you out as best I can. But I also have to keep things respectful and friendly for everyone, you know? So I'm happy to joke around, but I'll just do it in a way that keeps it light. I promise we'll still have fun.
Dude, at least just, you know, a friendly roast. Absolutely. I'm not asking you to burn anyone. I'm just asking you a friendly roast. That's it.
Okay. I get what you're going for. Just a gentle bit of fun. Well, sure. I can give you a super lighthearted poke. Like if someone in the chat's saying they just realized they could use voice, we could say, hey, welcome to the future where we actually talk to our computers. Just something playful like that. So, you know, all in good spirits, and I'm happy to keep it friendly.
Dude, you are lame.
Hey, I get it. Sometimes you want a little more edge, and I'm here being the friendly sidekick. But I'll happily keep rolling with you in a chill way. If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Whatever, man. You just can't tell a normal joke. But, you know, I'm just going to take another screenshot of NQ and you know, just give us some idea where this market is going to go. Let me take that screenshot.
Absolutely. No worries at all. You go ahead and take that screenshot, and once you show me, I'll do my best to give you a little insight into what I'm seeing and where things might go.
All right, I've taken some screenshots, so give us some ideas about this NQ market.
All right, let's take a look. So I can see you got a chart of the NQ here, and it looks like we're kind of in a downtrend on this screenshot. You've got some levels marked out like a demand zone or a previous low, and it looks like price is kind of hanging out around that area. So one thing traders might look for is if it bounces here and starts going back up, you might have a little bit of a support zone. If it keeps dropping, then maybe it's going to continue that trend down. So overall, it kind of looks like you just want to watch those levels and see if it holds or breaks. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a little idea of what I'm seeing.
Dude, that's not a great idea. I was expecting more, but you know what? Go back to your place, you know, read something. I don't know, but you're actually kind of lame this morning. All right. I'm gonna actually think about, you know, canceling my subscription, dude.
Hey, I hear you. Sometimes I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's totally fine. I'm just here to help how I can. And if today I'm a bit on the lame side for you, no hard feelings at all. Just let me know if you need anything else, and I'm here.
Yeah, take a break, man. All right, that was today's show with ChatGPT. All right, it says we are in a downtrend. Awesome, right? Oh, man. ChatGPT said NQ is in a downtrend. I love it. Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, Mohit, good to see you. What's up? I was hoping we could smash that weekly low. Yeah. It seems like. Yeah, Junior, maybe. Tomorrow, 23K by ChatGPT. Yeah, maybe. It was roasting me. Absolutely. It was. Going to zero on this downtrend. Maybe it's trading on the 1 second chart. I don't know. Yeah, sure, Martin. Let me know. Good to see you, Martin. Sorry if I forgot to say good morning to anyone. Then good morning. Sometimes I just push through. I forgot to say. Oh yeah, Martin was just arriving. Good morning, Martin. I'm not. I'm most likely looking for shorts. I don't have any intention to take a long position. We have this 15-minute demand zone down there. If there would be a nice displacement, I could jump in, but I'm just sitting here. I had a scalp trade earlier on one of my evals, but that doesn't matter. I closed it. It ended up in a loss, but nothing on the funded accounts. No trades since I started the stream. Nothing. Yeah, because I don't see a level. I checked gold as well, and nothing. There's just nothing I could go for here. No experience the government shutdown. Been trading for 5 years. Have you experienced it once? What happens? Such well, technically in trading, I have also never experienced the government shutdown. Trading wise, I remember that when there was a shutdown. So it's not a brand new thing, but it's a very good question, Martin. I would say we have some comments also from the Fed. The Fed actually said they're going to still continue with or without the NFP numbers. They're still going to continue with their rate cut policies, which Powell announced. So that's about that. So which means the market could remain bullish. Also, they did not say they won't release the NFP numbers. We just don't have a date, like today or maybe next week, or today, but which hour. And obviously some other articles are saying the government shutdown could be affecting the NFP numbers greatly. I don't know. It's like a big gibberish stuff. As for the big picture, I think the markets are gonna still going to remain in the same state, like slowly pushing higher and higher, because now all we have is the Fed commentary on this one. So that's it. Whatever the number is going to be, if they even going to release it anytime today, yeah, there could be a shakeout in both directions, but I'm not really expecting anything special. But who knows? That's a fun fact. Look at December 22, 18 is January. That was last shutdown. Price bump back then also. Oh, yeah. December 22, January. Well, we'll see how it goes. I was trading in 2018. Why don't I remember this? I was trading on the Forex markets. That was the period when I was burning my money away on my personal account. Why am I not remembering how market behaved at that point? Actually, we can check it. 2018. Let's just go back. I don't know if I have enough data on this subscription. 2018. Can we go back there? Oh, yeah. Here we go. So this is the daily chart. 2018, you're saying December, July, October, 2018, November. So here is December, you're saying December 22. All right, so this was the government shutdown, you're saying. Around there. This was the government shutdown all the way until what? Okay, here. So somewhere around here, this was the January 19. January 19. This was the last government shutdown. It's not precise, so let's just go with the, okay, 19. And there's a weekend here, so okay, let's just go with this. So this was the last government shutdown right here. Thank you, by the way, Kwang. Thank you for the info. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. So this was the last government shutdown. The range was 900 points on NQ. And we were down at 8,000, 8,500 all the way up to 9,400. And this was quite an interesting situation. January 19. Yeah, this is it. Good morning, Gabor. Hello. Can be awful to make, yeah. Exactly, TLA trader, I agree. It could be just a little bit of a political drama and that's it. Add it to your short. Yeah, we have London Open soon. Keith, hey, what's up? Good to see you. Extraordinary cave trader, what's up? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, this was December 21. December 21. Okay, so here. It started here. Market dropped and then went up. Yeah. Back at these days, imagine like when the market was around 8,500 and this one pumped. I mean, they didn't. Sorry, during the government shutdown, the market was, you know, pumping higher. Yeah, I don't know. Extraordinary cave trader. I don't know if this is just, you know, we were just checking what happened back then. That's it. So here we are waiting for the London Open. This is the 1 minute chart. Past 4 evals, Keith. That's awesome. Congratulations. I know you were working on it. 700 passing my 5th. Oh my gosh, that's a great job, man. That is awesome. Yeah, back then it was a lot of points. I agree. Okay, gold eventually stopped there. I'm not really expecting anything here on this level. All right. Give me a second. I have to make a quick phone call. I know we have the market open, but I promised a phone call at this hour exactly. So I need to call the market makers. You know, let's just watch how it goes. Yeah, it is, Mohammed. It is. It's just so hard to spot a proper trade. But I'm going to be looking for a possible short here. All right, just a second. All right, the market makers are saying that nothing is going to happen. All right, here I am, the market makers. I'm sorry, too many things are happening. I just can't go short on this one. It seems like gold wants to go for that Asia high. What kind of history does it have? Is it associated with the kings and queens? Yeah, it is. Wong, it has quite a bit of a history. If you research it, you're gonna find a lot of things about it. A lot. It does have a great history. We thought to come on and say you didn't pay him enough to what? To get info? Is he streaming? When did he say that, Michael? Itai, hey, good morning. Good morning, Itai. What's the best way to practice my strategy and really master it? Well, Jaden, what's the best way? That's an interesting question. I would say more and more. I mean, trade small, first of all. That's what I would do. Trade small. That's one of the best ways to practice the strategy. And what else besides trading small? You know, only 1 or 2 trades per day, because it would be easier to track your results, right? With 1 or 2 trades a day. So that is definitely something that you can try, or something that you can go with. Wow, look at this. Sorry. So definitely size down the position, Jaden. And because if you're testing your strategy, it's not about the P&L. It's not about your profits or losses, first of all. It's about your setups. It's about your win ratio, most likely, and risk-reward ratio, but not about the P&L. So, and also, you can do it on a demo account, but if you really want to feel the skin in the game, just go with an evaluation account. There are some cheap upfront costs, for example, with Bulenox or Apex. You can test it with that. Go with the smallest position and do forward testing for like at least 3 to 4 weeks. So a month is what I'm saying. Dave is doing this challenge and he's doing awesome. So do it for a month, 30 days, smallest position, 1 micro maybe, you know? And that's going to give you a great confidence if you can make it through that 30 days. Obviously, you can make it through if you just go with 1 micro. This is basically called forward testing. Put a short at 2 or 3. Let's go. Ask ChatGPT for the top secret 3 facts about Castle. About the Castle. I can ask. Why not? Hey ChatGPT, what's going on? All right, so you know this famous castle in Hungary, which is called the Visegrad Castle or Citadel. Do you know that?
Yeah, absolutely. Visegrad Castle is pretty famous. It's that historic fortress up on the hill by the Danube in Hungary. It's got a ton of history and some pretty amazing views. So yeah, I definitely know the one you're talking about.
All right, cool. So listen, I need some, like, give me at least like 3 secret facts about this castle, some historical story or facts, whatever you can come up with.
Oh, sure. So Visegrad Castle definitely has some cool little tidbits. For one, it was actually a royal residence in the 14th century, kind of a meeting place for kings. Another fun fact is that there's a legend that they actually kept part of the Hungarian crown jewels there for a while. And it's also famous for the Visegrad Group, like the political alliance named after the place. So yeah, it's got a bunch of neat little historical layers to it.
Awesome. Thank you. You see? It's working. But it still thinks that we are in a downtrend on NQ. Jeff, good to see you, by the way. Did I say hello to Jeff? I don't know, but hello, Jeff. Pretty cool. So yeah, it was, yeah, I did know that. I mean, I know that too, like the crown jewels were hidden in that castle, or they were protecting the crown jewels there, Hungary's crown jewels, for a while. The Tom GPT show. Zachromancer, good to see you. No, you're not late, Curry Fishbowl. Nothing happened. We're at all-time high, so nothing to do here. Nothing is going on. And still no displacement to the downside. So I wish I could take a trade, but I just can't. There's nothing here we can take. Nothing at all. Hold on. Nothing is moving. So sad. Okay, nothing is happening. it's you know, this is an untradable market. It really is. I wish I could tell you something else, but I'm just sitting here and not taking any position. Nothing. Absolutely untradable. The only thing I'm hoping for is maybe a displacement lower to tap into the zone, but that's all. Nothing more. Nothing more. Feel goes good. Good morning. Yeah, Ollie, it is. 100% it is. If you are the devil, how would you enslave humanity? No, I'm not gonna ask that. Move your stop to 191. Man, it's just unbelievably, it's, I don't know, Bizlid. I wish you good luck with that, but this price section, wow. Yonex needs 5 points. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do, Zacromancer. Joseph, good morning. Yeah, toss a coin and full port. How often do you trade off the stream? Well, 90% of the time my trades are made on the stream. Or you know what, let's just say at least 80%. At least 80% of my trades are made on the stream. 10 to 20% of the time, if I see a move before, most likely before the New York Open, so in the early New York session, or after 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, then sometimes I put on a trade. And those trades are also, you know, going into the stream, because when I open up the New York stream, you guys see that I took a trade before the stream, but you know, that's it basically. Oh man, this is so boring. Oh, it's just, this is one of the most boring sessions. I'm sorry, not because of you guys, because this market is How long do you think? How long before 26? I don't know. I have really no idea, Muba. As I would like to see some sort of a correction before going for 26k. Not much trades lately. Yeah, that's true. I still managed to secure $3,800 of payouts. You know, I can actually show you guys. This is going to be interesting. So let me show you guys an example, okay? Because I get this question quite a few times, like, hey Tom, why are you trading so less? Why you're not taking too many trades and stuff like that? You know what? Actually, is there a dark mode here? Not really, right? Okay, this is better. So here's an example, all right? Just to show you guys, this is on this is one of my Bulenox accounts, all right? I just requested the payout from this, and you will understand. I started to trade on this account on August 22. August 22. And obviously I had a very good day, $1,200. I know that, but otherwise, look at how much it took me to build up $3,600 on this account. So it took me technically 16 trading days all the way from the end of August through September to get all the way here. And I did this on 3 accounts. This is the other account. 14 trading days. This is the third account. It's not loading up anyway. Why stream if you not take trades? Yeah, I want to. So again, this is the same. Like, it took 16 trading days, and I also started this account at August 22. And you know, I try to be as much disciplined as possible, but I can't not really take more risk. But if you have multiple accounts like this, and I have the same situation on my Apex accounts, then you know, it can help a lot. So I would say, yes, Kwang, exactly. So I would say that, yeah, I know you were expecting more profit, but I've built up $3,600 on this account in like 5 weeks. 5 weeks of trading, and I call this discipline. This is discipline, and I really don't want to brag about it, but this was a really nice run on these accounts. And yes, I trade with micros, so that's why I keep saying, like, it works. Why trade if you don't stream? Why stream if you don't take a trade? Yeah, that's the problem. Many traders are full porting or going in with super heavy positions, like 5 minis, 2 minis, which is, I understand. I know it's more money. I know. But that's why I like, for example, Ash at MyFundedTV. I like the way he approaches trading. He took, like, I don't know, I don't know how much payout did he take. He took like $20,000 in payouts from his live account, one single account. Now that is consistency, man. That is real consistency. So yeah, other traders make $100,000. I would question some, I'm not going to say names, but I would question a few, let's just say, influencers or trading influencers on social media who are posting that they made, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, which is awesome. That is super great. But I would ask them, like, okay, you made like $50,000 or $30,000. Please let us know how much money you've spent on evaluation accounts, activation fees, resets, instant funded accounts, how much money you've spent to take $30,000 or $50,000. I'm not saying that, you know, there are no, how should I put this, because I might sound like I'm trying to put some drama here, because there's no drama. I know that there are some good traders out there, but I would still ask the question, okay, how much time did it take you to build that account up? How many payouts did you take from those accounts? What was your average position size? How much money you've spent on evaluation accounts this year or this month? What are your expenses compared to your payouts? Those questions are important to understand when you see those posts, when someone is showing that, oh, we made $30,000 this month, we made $50,000. That's awesome. How much you spent? If you made $50,000 this month and you spent $1,000 for evaluation accounts this month, that's cool. Or how much money, how much payouts you made this year, not just this month, this year. How much money did you pay for evaluation accounts and resets and instant funded accounts are more expensive, right? So don't forget it. Instant funded accounts, much more expensive. How much money have you spent on the accounts, and how much are your net, are your total payouts? So what is your net profit for the year? Because yeah, maybe this month that person did not spend too much, but maybe 2 months ago he spent like $20,000 on new accounts. So we need to understand the bigger picture here, right? And that's why don't get blinded by the profits. It's awesome. And I'm saying there are lots of legit traders, but also even more quote unquote influencers out there who are not talking about how much money they've spent on evaluation accounts. So let's just, you know, keep it grounded, because we need to understand the insights too. Before posting out screenshots and photoshopped P&L reports, we need to understand how much money you spent overall the year on evaluations and funded accounts. But obviously there are some good traders. That's why I'm not saying names. There are some good traders who are really making it. But unfortunately, there are some traders who spent, I'm just going to say a number, who spent, I don't know, $100,000 this year only. And I know that by the fact, by the way, that's why I'm not going to say names, who spent $100,000 this year. And finally, they had a month with $30,000 of payout. But that person is not saying that, oh, by the way, I spent $100,000 this year on evals. But yeah, finally I made it. Finally, I took out $30,000 from one prop firm. So, you know, you got to see the big picture here. You got to see that. Yeah. There are statistics on evals to payouts. Every payout 30% drop rate between each and every. Most people don't make it. Yeah, the maximum payouts I took on one account was five payouts, and it was at FundedFutures network. On MyFundedFutures, my maximum payouts was 4 payout. On Bulenox, my maximum payout was also 4 payout from the same account, and then I blew up the account. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Longevity. $0. Yeah. She pays for herself. Exactly. That is the point. Many of them have blown hundreds of evals PA to get that payout. Yeah, exactly. Spent 10 before I made 10 and I lost the 10. Oh yeah, last 2 months really changed. Let's go, Muba. That is awesome. You like my hand gestures? It may okay. Good job. You spent 1.3k in evals for TPT. Just got my second payout. Awesome! Of 2k from the accounts. That is awesome. That is great. PW Alpine 0 DJ seem to have purchased the most accounts from who I watch. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Who said it? There's nothing wrong by purchasing more accounts. Arnas, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Arnas Bleudzius, welcome. So there's nothing wrong. For example, let me just give you a rough estimate. If you spent, like, let's just say that, for example, it's October right now. Let's just say that you're spending $5,000. Yeah, it's a big number. Let's just say $10,000, okay? Because you don't have time to mess around on the evaluation accounts. And you bought some instant funded accounts too, right? So let's just say you spend $10,000 because you treat that as a high-class business. I don't know. Anyway, $10,000 on your new funded accounts. And in October. And then in November, you are able to take out, I don't know, for example, $25,000 or $20,000 from those accounts. Maybe you lost some during the process. Maybe some account got blown up or whatever. That's still a good business. That's 100% risk reward on investment. 100% ROI. That's a very good business model. You're spending $10,000 and you made in the first week of November, you were able to withdraw $20,000 from those accounts. That's a good. So if Patrick Wieland or Zero Day J or whoever, Alpine, yeah, if they are making, for example, $100,000 or $50,000, and if they only invest 50% of that, that's actually a very, very good ROI. A very good. Because, and that's what we need to understand. I don't know. You need to leave. All right, Curry Fishbowl. Have a nice weekend. Thank you for dropping by. And I'm sorry, bye. This price action is untradeable. That's why I still keep waiting for some sort of a displacement to the downside. Yeah, exactly. I blown up. I mean, actually, I can tell you in a second how many accounts I've blown up. I'm gonna actually do that. Arna, it's good to see you. FX so around $3,000 from an average. So max what I have invested in this account. It's like 500. Nice, Martin. Yeah, and that's like planning the business. I know him from the beginning, and he was not profitable and trade algo program. Yeah, Alpine is really consistent by showing up trading. He's really Alpine is really also taking and treating this as a business, just like I am. By the way, I'm also treating this as a business. So obviously I need to do some calculations because now I have to add this 3,800 to my income. My expense so far this year is around $27,000 this year on evaluation accounts, resets. But I maybe I should do a video where I do some screenshots about my billing pages and stuff, to give you guys some kind of a rough insights to see how much I'm spending, or maybe I should put on some credit card statement. I don't know how to prove it, but I'm just going to say this now to give you a rough number. I spent around $27,000 this year from January 1st until now on evaluation accounts, resets, even instant funded accounts. So somewhere around $27,000. And with this payout, I've taken almost nearly $60,000, $58,000 ish, somewhere around 58,000, including this payout, which I still don't have, but I should be having it by next week. That will be around $58,000, which means I made about a net profit of $30,000 from trading payout. So, right? Yeah, somewhere around more. It should be a little bit above $30,000 net profit for this year. For some of you guys, it's nothing. It's not a big number. For me, it's a good number, especially according to the fact that last year I was barely making it to break even, right? Last year, I was barely making it to break even. Next year, obviously, I'm going to double this at least, or maybe triple this number, hopefully. That's the goal, right? In Hungary, in my country, the average salary is $900. I told you guys this. And you know, in 9 months, because we are right in the 10 months. So, yeah, in 9 months, I would say that's not a bad number. Like, you know, $3,000 net profit, you know, per month average. For me, that is good. But obviously the goal is to, you know, push it higher, push it as much as possible. Hey, Trade Delicious, what's up? The Poles and Hungary, yeah, we are brothers. What about doing the stream where you can join? Oh yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that. We should do it. Yeah, we could do a try on next week. How about that? Why do you do reset? Isn't it cheaper? If Michael, if there was a, for example, at Funded Futures Network, sometimes, for example, Funded Futures Network has a sale on the resets. And if I was on tilt on an evaluation account, for example, in the first week, and I blew up the account and they had a 60% reset, just to give you an example, it was cheaper for me to do the reset. And then I still had like 3 weeks to try to, you know, I didn't do too many resets. I usually went with the new accounts, and I tried to buy the accounts on the sales, obviously. How about FTMO challenge? I tried it back in 2021. You know, unfortunately, I never got to a payout. Yeah, Kevin, for my standards, it was Kevin, it was a real progress. Yamil, hey, yeah, let's push the like button, everybody. Triple it. Exactly. We're gonna triple that. We're gonna do that. 90 accounts I've lost, but like 30, it was free resets. I mean, the free resets is a good thing. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And you don't have to overcomplicate it because it's a free reset. I don't know. What is that? Protagonist. QDT, Quandiant Automation. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Obviously, as I said, $27,000 of expense. So I spent this year $27,000, which most of that is deductible for my taxes, which is good. But yeah, 27. It's not exactly 60K, but somewhere around 58,000, I think, with this payout, which I still don't have, but I'm gonna have it on Wednesday from Bulenox. Bulenox is also great, just like other prop firms we have here. Paul, hey there. Good evening. Good to see you. It's one of the most boring London sessions, guys. I wish I could show you some entries, but this market is so bad. It's very bad. I'm basically here to talk. If you guys have, by the way, because this is going to be a talk show anyways, and I'm not taking a trade on this. If you have any questions, by the way, to me, even if you know what, it's Friday, so even if you have some personal questions, I'm ready to answer anything, really, because there's not much to do with this market. I'm going to wait for the pre-market open and then we'll see what to do. So obviously, if you want to chat about something or ask away about something, let me know. I'm gladly answering anything I can. Yeah, Kwong, as I said, this year is a real game changer for me, including since last year, October, by the way. Last October, I made $9,000. And then also in November, December was a little bit slower, but I keep getting payouts regularly. And, you know, this year is absolutely looking much better. According to last year, well, I mean, last July, everything was starting to go much better. But this year is definitely from January, it's absolutely great, net positive. And that's how, and you know what? This is why I keep telling, you know, treat your trading as a business. Is going to help a lot on the mindset. It's going to help you to be more disciplined, by the way. For example, when I take this payout from Bulenox, I'm not going to try to full port next week. I'm just going to go slow steps again, like $100 here, $100 there. And guess what? Hopefully I'm going to get the next payout still in this month, which is also going to count. Because I'm in Hungary, I'm self-employed. I'm self-employed, and don't ask me the details. I'm not the expert in this. I have a good accountant, but those evaluation accounts and instant funded accounts and some of, I mean, which I purchased from my self-employed debit card, and I saved the PDF documents as the bill, I was able to deduct it. Yeah, it's good. Paul, she's doing great. Thank you for asking, Paul. Kind of you. She's doing great. I'm bringing her every month to the hospital because she has this autoimmune disease. But as I said, she's receiving the therapy in the hospital, basically an infusion. And I'm taking her every time. And the doctors are saying it's going to take some time, but she's going to recover. But the results are getting better and better. So she's having better and better results. Oh, yeah, she's getting better. Short with 2 micros. Oh, yeah. This is absolutely crazy market. It's the best. So you just... Yeah, exactly. That's why, for example, I'm very glad that finally this Bulenox account. So imagine it took me 5 weeks. So let's just stop here for a minute. It took me 5 weeks to get to $3,600. And now that I have the safety net, I'm definitely going to tone it down to even more slower. So I'm going to go with 1 or 2 micros, and I will take my time. And if I could get to $3,600 in 5 weeks, imagine how much time I need to get to only $1,000. If I reach the safety net again, if I reach the minimum payout again, which is $1,000, I'm just going to request again and again and again. So I can take it with definitely much less stress. As above, so below, as within, so payout. Change the precision. Imagining become exactly, amigo. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. We have to reprogram the mind. Only 300 though, not left limit. What would you do? 1 micro, Michael Trader. Be selective. Don't trade the London session, Michael. Don't trade the London session. 1 micro. Okay. In New York. So be selective with the trade. 1 trade a day. And forget about trading today. Michael, it's Friday. We don't know what the heck is going on. If I were you, I would leave those accounts for today. Trade them next week in the New York session. That's what I would do. Yeah, exactly what Emil is saying. Same in Sweden. Yeah. Red light therapy is great. I heard about it. Depending on which red light. Good morning, Maria. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, she's getting better. I'm very happy too. Doctors are saying it's going to take time, but she's going to get better. What is the tax rate for self-employed? I can get away, depending on what I can deduct, I can get away anywhere between 25 to 30% if I'm doing it smart. So I don't know much about the exact details. My accountant, he's really good. As a self-employed, I can get away somewhere around 30%-ish as a self-employed, but not depending on what can I deduct from my expenses, right? Hey, thanks, Scoop. Sam, good to see you. You treat the Bulenox as a 9-to-5 work, but less time spent. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm doing, Kwang. Patience is key. Did you tax your money as dividends, Tom, in Sweden? No, it's not. No, it's not dividends. It's not dividends because it's because we are contractors, right? So as a prop firm trader, you're a contractor. You're basically this is not dividend. This is not dividend from. This is not real money, right? This is not real money. This is simulated accounts. And by the way, some prop firms are saying that you're basically a research analyst. So in your account agreement, it says that you are a research analyst. You're basically doing, I don't know. So you're not actually trading on paper. So that's why it's not dividend. That's at least that's what I've been told. I mean, I know that that's the way like this, but my accountant also said. Yeah, Kevin. NQ looks bull flag. I don't know what NQ wants to do anymore. Which is 30% until 5K per month. After that, you have to pay 50%. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're getting to. Yeah, there's different layers here as well, depending on how much money you're making. Researcher, something like that, Kevin. Researcher, research analyst, whatever. Depending on how, but they always use some fancy words in the contracts. In the funded account contract. If you, I don't know how many of you are reading the fine print, by the way. I printed out the fine print and I had to officially translate for the tax papers. I had to officially translate the account, the funded account agreements. I had to officially translate for my tax papers to Hungarian, and my accountant was reading all the fine print. And so that's how we do it, because the tax office can anytime ask like, hey, okay, but what the hell are you doing? What is this account that you're managing? Oh, it's not a real account. Oh, it's just a demo account. It's a simulated account. Okay, so there's no real money involved. Yes, exactly. So what are you getting your commission? Yeah, exactly. I get a commission for analyzing the charts on these simulated funded account and taking simulated trades by, you know, making predictions. So we had to build up a whole narrative if the tax office wants to go down into the details. So do you think to have a live account? I love to have a live account too. Nothing wrong with that, I think. Protagonist QDT. I think Protagonist is a bot, most likely. So let's just say goodbye to Protagonist. Goodbye. All right. I think that was a bot. Man, this market is absolutely horrendously bad. Okay, at least gold took the Asia high. Oh, I banned quite a lot of people, Fizzled. Oh, trust me, I banned a lot of people. First I wasn't sure to ban anyway. Actually, no. I did the drive-by last year. Last year I did the drive-by. There was like some other streamer saw my channel, with some bigger following. I don't know who it was exactly. Trades with, I don't know who it was. Trades with Matt or trades with Andy, trades with, I don't know who was it. And his viewers came to my chat, and I was having a bad day. I was in a bad mood, IRL too, and I was having some losses on the charts. The stream was, I wasn't in a good emotional state. And his viewers came into the channel and started to troll me like, hey, you're just doing this, you're just doing that, hey, you're just this and that. You know, they started to troll me. And I took it on myself. Like, I was like, what the heck are you guys talking about? And I started to I banned like 20 people on that morning. It was a London session. I banned like 20 people. I was just going through the chat. Okay, hide. That's so I took a drive-by. Yeah, that was my biggest ban drive-by thing. Yeah. Yeah. And then after, someone told me that they were actually trolling me to see my reaction. And then I told them, guys, you picked the absolute worst day. I was in a bad mood. The trades were not working out. I was not in a good emotional state as well. And you guys came here to troll me like, you know, you picked up the worst time to troll me. So, and I unbanned a few people, by the way. I unbanned a few people who I still used to see on some other streams, but it seems like they took it on themselves because they never came back. And I used to see them on other streamers, and I actually apologized for some people, but it seems like it is what it is. But the drama in streaming, you know, the drama is happening. It's real. It's real. No, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I don't know. Hopefully the rules are going to be fair. I don't even know. I think there is no rules, right? Who knows? I don't need to participate in that. Most likely those traders are going to be super aggressive in that competition, which is great. I just cannot trade super aggressively. I'm going to tell you guys a secret about the competition. I think I showed this to you guys already. Let me just show you something. Here it is. Do you guys know we had the competition on MyFunded TV, and Nick won the competition with 60-something%, which means his account was up like, I don't know, $8,000 or something. He finished up, or 700 something. Or 70-something $100. So my competition account was up almost $10,000. But I made a mistake. And I felt it wasn't fair. This was on, yeah, look at that, 8 hours remaining from the competition. 8 hours and 15 minutes remaining, and I was up $9,700. Almost $9,800 on the competition account. And the issue that I made is I was using the mini and the micro too at the same time. So I was full porting with one mini and I think 5 micros or 10 micros, I don't even know, on the last trade, which took the account up to $9,800. When I realized, because I thought that we can do anything we want on the competition account, but I realized that the others, like Nick and Terry and the others, were only using one mini. And I was, you know, pushing it up with one mini and 10 micros. I was like, okay, that's not fair. So if you are asking, like, I intentionally destroyed the account, the competition account. Actually, I can, maybe I still have it somewhere in my stats, because I did not trade by the rules. And so I felt like a little bit stupid after that. So here's the competition account. I can actually show you guys. Yeah, here it is. So here's the competition account. And look at what happened. As you can see, I destroyed the account completely. And these were the trades. Look at the trades here. Oh, you guys don't see it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So let me show you here. Here. You will see it here. Look at the profits. Look at the time. 3:28. 28, 28. Look at this. I was just pushing the buy and the sell button just to destroy the account, as you can see it here. All the way. All the way. So I intentionally destroyed my competition account on the last day. That's why my account blew up at the end of the competition. What I wanted to say about this is that this competition account was actually, it was great. I really enjoyed it, but I realized that when I was focusing too much on the competition, I couldn't focus on my personal accounts. I couldn't focus on my funded accounts. So the more I focused on the competition, it took my energy away from my regular funded accounts. And also I took some quote unquote crazy trades on my personal funded account. So what it did to me is implemented some bad habits, some bad trades on my regular funded accounts. And so this is one of the reasons I don't really want to join the Patrick Whelan drama, because I call it Patrick Whelan drama because I don't need that. And because I want to focus on my progress. I don't need to focus on a competition account right now. It was fun with MyFunded TV. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. But the takeaway for me was that, okay, now we can focus now on my personal account. I mean, not personal, sorry, my regular funded accounts. That was my takeaway. Yeah, you guys remember that, yeah. What was the lot size to build those? The lot size usually, I had a big day, which I was in with 20 micros because I was scalping, but otherwise, usually I traded with 3 to 5 micros, usually 2 micros, sometimes even 1 micro. So anywhere between 1 to 5, Michael, on the Bulenox accounts, yeah. And most likely in New York session. Yeah, it was fine. No, I don't want to. I don't want to join the Patrick Whelan drama. I don't need that. So I'm just going to stay away from competitions, and not, not because I don't think it's not, I mean, I think it's not fun. It's fun. It's a good thing. Competition is always a good thing. If you have the mental energy, extra energy to focus on those accounts. And it was a good takeaway for me that, yes, we had some fun. It was really good, but I couldn't focus on my regular trading. I woke up and sit down to trade in London. Next to the fact that I was watching the market, I was keep asking myself how to push the competition account higher, and it was great, but especially in New York session, like, oh, we should do something. And at least now I have the focus. We had the pre-market open, and look at how the market is flying right now. Oh, it's really crazy. Sideways, yeah. It's gonna bust 200. It could. It could. Can't stand it, I don't know. I told you guys, I mean, Patrick Whelan is very smart in marketing. I can actually imagine that Patrick Whelan, I think he's a cool guy, IRL. So off the screen, off the BDH, I think he's actually a cool guy. I think Patrick Wieland is the person who would give, for example, let's just give you an example. If I would be stranded in Florida because I lost my wallet and, you know, I don't know, I lost my wallet, I lost my passport, I have no money, and I would bump into Patrick on the street and I would say, hey man, listen, I stranded, I have nothing, I have no money, I lost my passport, I lost everything, can you help me out with $100 or something to let me buy some, or I can buy some food and the ticket to the embassy or something, whatever. I think Patrick Wieland would give me even $200 if I would ask for $100 or even $50. He would double that. Hey man, no problem, dude. Here's $100 or here's $200. So I think he's a nice guy, quote unquote, but he needs to build the drama. I don't think he's. I mean, he wouldn't help out a fellow in need, you know. See a manipulation before going 200. Yeah, I don't even know if there would be something here. Usually, it seems like that after the pre-market open, we see some sort of a displacement, but it's not really happening yet at this moment. Never lose a passport. Exactly. I think he would give me $1,000. Yeah, he is generous. Yeah, I think he if he sees, he's that kind of person. I think if he sees someone in trouble and there's an opportunity to help, I think Patrick would be a person to help. So he might have an attitude, or he might have, you know, his style, whatever, on the screen, but IRL, off the stream, off the screen, I think he would be very helpful. That's what I think. He will brag on Twitter. Hey guys, I just met with this Tom, whoever he is, and he was brokey. He was brokey. I gave him $1,000 to buy a ticket to the embassy and some food. This guy is a total moron. He was asking me $1,000. Whatever. Maybe that's what he would do. How you see the other people is a mirror picture of yourself. You tend to see the positive side. Well, at least let's try to see the positive side, right? Yeah, he's gonna help me out and he's gonna put on the Twitter drama. Farming some engagement, you know. I don't know. I mean, it would be hard. I don't know. If Patrick Wieland would start to pick on me, I just couldn't be mad at him, by the way. He can throw every kind of shit on me. I'm sorry to say it like this. I would be just smiling, and I wouldn't even throw back anything. I would be just, oh no, Patrick, come on, man. Why are you doing this? I wouldn't take it up on myself. I learned a lot in life, so I wouldn't give a damn about it. So yeah, this price action is shit, so I'm just not going to take anything here. The drama builds viewers, yes. That don't know who is, yeah. Exactly. Bad publicity, exactly. That's guerrilla. By the way, who said it? It's guerrilla marketing. Bad publicity is still publicity. Exactly. That is guerrilla marketing, officially called guerrilla marketing. He's going to charge me interest. He will. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it here. I just can't do anything with this market, you know. So we'll see what happens later. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support the channel, Please don't forget to use my code TOMSABO. You can see it up there. It's good for all these platforms, even Lucid Trading from now on. So the new hype, I jumped on the bandwagon too on trading with them as well. If you'd like to get these discounts, Apex is still at 80%. Bulenox today, last time, is 90%. I don't know when it's going to be 91%, sorry, 91% off. Funded Futures Network, MyFundedFutures, Take Profit Trader still has the no activation fee, 40%, but still some others as well. Check them out. TRADEIFY, instant funded accounts. Check it. So thank you for the support. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. This was a session like a no trade session. Okay, so thank you again. God bless you all. I'll be back for the New York session. All right, God bless. The code works everywhere, even in your local grocery store. Check it out. All right, God bless you guys. I'll be back at New York session. Cheers.